Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Namaskar, good evening, Salam Alaikum. It is an immense honor and privilege for me to address this distinguished gathering at the 8th Indian Ocean Conference here in Muscat, a city rich in maritime history of the Indian Ocean. As the Secretary General of the Indian Ocean Rim Association, I extend my immense gratitude to the External Affairs Minister of India and the Foreign Minister of the Sultanate of Oman for inviting me to address this occasion. I also extend my gratitude to the Indian Foundation for hosting the 8th edition of the Indian Ocean Conference. Excellencies, distinguished guests, the Indian Ocean binds all the member states of IORA, and its future is inseparably linked to our collective actions. It is at the center of our common identity as well as its future. Regional cooperation is the key to forging and strengthening these commonalities. The vast potential of the region has been outlined in several interventions earlier, but I guess similarly, the challenges that are commonly faced by countries in the region also need to be acknowledged. Climate change threatens our coastal communities and ecosystems. Maritime security risks, including piracy, illegal, unregulated, and unreported fishing, and trafficking, continue to endanger our shared waters. Economic disparities also underscore the need for more inclusive growth. The need to foster regional cooperation through frameworks such as the Indian Ocean Rim Association is but one such mechanism to jointly address common challenges. With 23 member states and 12 dialogue partners, IORA has been playing a crucial role in developing our collective efforts towards a strong maritime partnership. The organization encompasses the whole Indian Ocean Rim and is an important mechanism for stability and prosperity of the region. The common desire of member states to jointly promote stability and prosperity in the region has made it possible for the organization to take initiatives in several areas. I will try to highlight some of these important initiatives that have been taken and what is on the anvil for the future. IORA's efforts at fostering maritime partnership has included strengthening of maritime security. Regular dialogue among member states is held in the working group on maritime safety and security with the broad objective of knowledge sharing, capacity building, and development of coordinated responses. A critical element of maritime security is enhanced maritime surveillance. IORA is finalizing a memorandum of understanding with the Information Fusion Center in the Indian Ocean region in order to create a cooperative mechanism for developing maritime safety and security capabilities of member states, sharing of information, development of operational picture, harnessing of IORA shipping community, coordination of information during humanitarian assistance and disaster relief, as well as search and rescue operations, as well as looking at mechanisms where regular meetings are held, annual review is done, and most importantly, the posting of liaison officers at the India Fusion Center and ensuring that coordination takes place on a real-time basis. I'm happy to report, even before the conclusion of this important memorandum of understanding, 10 liaison officers from IORA member states are already posted at the IFC IOR. Another important element of the work that IORA has been doing focuses on enhancing marine resource management and ecological aspects of the environment. We are encouraging member states to promote conservation and sustainable use of marine biological biodiversity, especially in areas beyond national jurisdiction, to ensure long-term benefits. Again, it is very heartening to note that 12 member states have signed the High Seas Treaty and 5 have already ratified it. Strengthening of humanitarian assistance and disaster response is a priority area for the organization, particularly in the context of the increasing intensity of adverse climatic events. IORA has developed a memorandum of understanding for search and rescue that promotes consultation and cooperation and establishes a framework for coordinating aeronautical and maritime search and rescue operations that occur within the Indian Ocean region. 19 of the member states have already signed this MOU, and this has facilitated search and rescue operations in the region. One of the important aspects of the association has been a recent adoption of its outlook on the Indo-Pacific. The document was adopted at the Council of Ministers meeting in November 2022, and this policy framework underscores the organization's commitment to fostering peace, security, and sustainable development across the interconnected Indian and Pacific Oceans. The key principles of IORA's outlook on the Indo-Pacific include respect for international law, notably the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea, sovereign equality and territorial integrity, and consensus-based cooperation. The strategic objectives outlined in the outlook aims at fostering economic growth and shared prosperity through open, transparent, inclusive, and rules-based systems that enable balanced, sustainable development. Another priority area for IORA has been to promote trade and investment within the members of this organization. A working group has been constituted which holds regular dialogue to enhance flows of goods, services, and investment for the prosperity of the region. For this, supporting capacity development and knowledge exchange through expert-led discussions as well as academic collaboration is undertaken. A proposal for developing a center of excellence for dispute resolution and mediation, and as well as training, is also being considered. An important element of the work in the sector of business and trade facilitation is to understand and address the challenges faced in conducting business in the region. A business forum has been established to ensure that there is connection government to government, business to business, and government to business. For example, the IORA Business Conclave 2024 was held in Colombo, and it brought together over 200 business leaders, industry experts, and professionals who held discussions and gave insights on emerging trends in relation to ICT, agriculture, logistics, tourism, renewable energy, as well as women economic empowerment. Similarly, an IORA India tourism conference was held last year in New Delhi, which brought together member states to discuss the potential of the sector, and it led to the launch of a white paper on sailing to new horizons. IORA is committed to the sustainable use and management of marine resources to address challenges of climate change, biodiversity loss, and marine pollution. The endeavor is to build trust and facilitate dialogue among stakeholders. It is developing a strategic agenda on climate change to deliver impactful regional cooperation activities to help mitigate and adapt to climate change. Part of this involves mainstreaming climate change considerations into all our collective activities to ensure maximum returns. It has already undertaken several initiatives. For example, this was mentioned by the Foreign Minister of Australia today. Since 2023, IORA has supported 156 participants from 20 member states to undertake 2 professional short courses on grid integration on renewable energy and climate change adaptation and mitigation through the Institute for Climate, Energy and Disaster Solutions at the Australian National Universities. By focusing on these emerging areas, IORA is trying to address the evolving maritime landscape of the 21st century and ensuring that Indian Ocean remains a region of peace, stability, and sustainable development. Over the past decade, IORA has spearheaded important initiatives to address the region's pressing challenges. For example, a strategic framework on marine debris, blue forest finance, guidelines to combat IUU fishing has been finalized by the organization. And a blue carbon hub has been established in Australia to mitigate climate impacts on coastal ecosystems. And in this very country, a fisheries support unit has been established to advance sustainable fisheries and aquaculture. Investment in capacity building programs to empower future leaders in maritime governance has been an ongoing exercise. By embracing a forward-looking approach, IORA has laid the groundwork for a maritime future rooted in sustainability, inclusivity, resilience, and people-to-people exchange. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your attention.